Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about Rich Young Widows. Now, from what I can tell, this book was originally released last year as an Audible original, and that's kind of how it was written. It was written with it in mind to be an audiobook. So this was a passion project between four friends, the authors Kimberly Belle Layne Fargo, Cate Holahan, and Vanessa Lillie. And out of those four, I've only read from Layne before, but I loved the book I read. They Never Learn. I actually passed it on to my 19-year-old daughter, and she loved it too. And for Christmas, I actually got her another book by Layne, Temper, which I'm anxiously waiting for her to finish reading so I can read it. Anyway, so for me, when I saw on NetGalley her name attached to this project, I was like, oh yes, I'm ready for it. So this book comes out, I think, on April 2nd, and it's, I guess, what you would call a thriller, a bit of a, I was gonna say crime thriller, not really. It's a bit of a mob story, and yeah, it takes place in 1985 in Providence, which I think is in Rhode Island. I'm Canadian, so I don't know too much, but I'm pretty sure Providence, Rhode Island, that sounds right. So yeah, it's 1985, and the very first sort of short chapter we get at the beginning is four lawyers. They're in a plane, and that plane is about to crash, and they all die in the crash, and we kind of get points of view from all three or four of them. And they're kind of like, oh my God, you know, they're having the kind of thoughts you would think as you know you're about to die. Like, they're thinking about their wives, and they're thinking about all the bad things they've done and the shady business dealings and this, that, and the other thing. And then they die. That's not a spoiler. It literally happens right at the very beginning, and I think it's also on the back of the book. So from there, it kind of becomes this... It's a bit of a romp, if we're being honest. There are some parts that are quite funny. It's a fun book. It's not too serious. Like, I had a lot of fun reading it. It was a pretty quick read. It's not too long. And it's just kind of, it's fun. So we get to meet the four widows, and we get chapters alternating through their points of view. So we've got Justine. She was married to Jack, and she has a small son named JJ. We get Camille. She is the second wife of Peter, one of the lawyers, and they have no kids, but he had a daughter, so she's got a 15-year-old stepdaughter. And then there's Crystal. She's kind of like the oldest one in the group, and it was her husband, Romeo, who I think had started the business, because she talks a lot about how, like, she started this business with him. And then there's Meredith, and she was the lover. She wasn't married to Robin, but she was her lover. So out of the four lawyers, three of them were men, one was a woman. And yeah, so just things start to snowball and go badly for these women, because they're at a Christmas party when they get the news that the plane went down. And they didn't even know these people were out of town. Like, they thought they were just at a business meeting and would come to the party later. They didn't know that they had taken a plane somewhere. And we just quickly watch as things unravel, and the wives learn that maybe their husbands weren't who they thought they were. The mafia is involved, if you like stories that involve the mafia. And yeah, it's quick, it's fun, and I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say there's any, like, shocking plot twists. There were a couple things I was like, oh, okay, but, like, it's not like an intensely twisty thriller. It's more of a thriller, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun, and I would enjoy it. I think I'd probably give it 3.5 stars. And the other three authors, so what I was reading too in the back of the book is that how they wrote it was each author focused on one of the characters. So I thought that was kind of cool. I've always been really intrigued by the idea of collaborative writing. It's not something I've ever really had the opportunity to be involved in, but I think it's such an interesting prospect, And I think it's beautifully done. It all flows so well together that if you said, oh, you know, if I thought one author wrote it, I would believe that, because it all flows together so nicely. And I bet it was a really fun project to work on. So that's going to do it for me for today, you guys. Just a quick little review for this one. Again, mark your calendars. It's April 2nd. But if you want to listen to it on Audible, it's already out on Audible. So, but yeah, there you go. This is a short one, I know, but like I said, it's a shorter book, and I don't want to give anything away. And there's not a ton of plot points. It's just kind of like, this is happening, and then it happened, and then, you know, it goes through. We just stick with the one sort of plot line. And yeah, but yeah, if that sounds like something you would like, mark your calendars. And I will see you guys again really soon. Bye.